Where's the deadly spider? There she is. There we are. Yay. This is where we're going today.
It's a crocodile.
That's where we're going.
Is it moving? Dude, it's moving.
Safe Australia.
No, it's moving. Look at that. The red-bellied black snake.
Big one, isn't it?
Let's go to the milking room, see some spiders get milked.
Tiger snakes. I like tiger snakes.
I'll go with testing.
Tiger snakes.
And king brown.
Okay.
So those are the 5. So venom from those 5 species will treat, will create anti-venom that can treat any snake bite by any species Australia-wide. Yeah, absolutely. So they do testing as well at the hospital nowadays. So they can do a swab test on the actual bite site, or they can have bloods back in about 15 minutes that'll tell them what snake it was that bit you. So you've got to be pretty unlucky if they can't figure it out. So we are the only facility in Australia that milks snakes for the anti-venom program. So our head of venom, Zach, he...
Head of venom.
Yes, absolutely. What a title, right? Yeah. So he's actually had a few people come through the park who've actually personally been like, thank you, like anti-venom that was milked by you.
Wow.
Saved my life. Yeah,
Wow.
which I was like, God, can you imagine? That's like, that's like next level, like, whew.
Yeah.
We are
When
also
are we
the only
gonna-
facility in the world that milks frontal web spiders for the anti-venom program. So
The only?
the only one.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. So we've got all the snakes and all the spiders. It's a very dangerous facility to work at, that's for sure. Yeah.
So if I find one and capture one, where can I take it?
A funnel web spider?
Yeah.
Yeah. So where are you guys from?
Double.
Rounds over here in this end, you have to sort through all of them and figure out what's a funnel web when their breeding season is.
Good.
Also, I just had a little. Right, can I scoop those front fangs as well? They're
Look
really,
at
yeah, the chelicera are really, really chunky. This one
do
here
they
is.
stand up like a...
So they do still rear back, but not quite as much as a funnel web. So that's pretty much the extent of what a mouse spider will do. So she still does throw those front legs back, but nothing major. This one here is a female funnel web. And that's her stance there. So she is a little bit more like she's a bit long, spindly, long legs. Great show, right?
Oh, thank you. Did you guys watch it?
Yeah, we did. We took a little break from the venom tour and thought we'd come
Good
see.
idea.
That is menacing.
Yeah, so she's got longer chelicera, so those muscles that hold her fangs.
Try and
there.
make it strike.
Yeah, so she's striking there.
No, that was a strike.
Look at that.
Yeah,
That was a
but
strike.
yeah, so if you can see like the difference
I
between
think
those
Is
two.
one.
You know, I used to think these things were big.
I think mouse
massive.
spiders are kind of cute in comparison.
I thought these things
like,
used.
some of the webs are kind of
I used to
scary.
think these things were massive. I used to think they were massive, but they're actually teeny.
Flat carapace, so that hard part there. And it usually has. So it's actually fairly like there's no contact. It's actually like really safe in comparison to your snake milking. Yeah, definitely a lot lower risk. So all of those little droplets in there, that'd be the equivalent of maybe about 7 or 8 milkings. Wow. So they do produce a very, very tiny amount of venom. It takes around 150 spider milkings to produce just 1 vial of anti-venom. So it's a lot. In saying that, we're quite lucky. We only have around 13 bites per year from male funnel web spiders.
Can you milk it more?
Yeah, absolutely. So we only get around 13 people per year bitten by male funnel webs, and we have not had a single death from funnel web bites since 1979, when the anti-venom began being produced. So we're actually super lucky. So I was telling you guys before about how one of the park's owners, John Weigel, discovered the dwarf king brown. Yeah. So John's wife, Robin, actually developed this technique back in 1979, like this milking technique. So she's been working with these spiders for years, and she's still very present at the park. She's actually here today in the office, which is really cool. And she's responsible for having developed this technique. So prior to this, you would actually have to kill the spider and extract the venom glands post-mortem. But now we're able to keep these spiders happy and healthy and extract the venom whilst they're alive without causing them too much stress either. So it's only this little bit, and similar process to our snakes. So we literally milk them, feed them, and then we set them aside for a week or two just to let them rest. And so the average lifespan for a female funnel web is around 20 years.
That's a massive.
Yeah. They have a hugely long life. But that's because the males...
What's a male's life?
2.5 to 3 years. Yeah, nothing. So once he reaches maturity, once he goes out and he's ready to find a girlfriend, he forgets where his house is and goes and wanders looking for girls. And in that time, he will die. Either a female will eat him, something else will. He might starve, he might freeze if he leaves it too late in the season. But that's unfortunately how we end up with a lot of funnel webs in people's shoes, under people's doors. Look at our female up on the screen there. She's definitely got longer, chunkier legs. Females definitely tend not to be. They very rarely leave their hollows, so they don't really need to be.
I don't think you should open that.
So I will not open that. I do not want to risk that. But some of the other ways you can tell the difference are also their palps. So they have 8 legs, and then those 2.
I think like you get a dead one, put it in like you put.
So that's where he holds his sperm.
Living in this tiny little container where you can strain, and then you've got a massive light and a camera staring down at you, watching you every move. And then your best mate is just sitting there dead in a block of glass or whatever that is, and then your girlfriend is as well. That'd be sad. Maybe that's why she's curling over that little ball.
Yeah, the snake are particularly troublesome for bushwalkers. You see, most of our front was actually evolved here at the Reptile Park in 1958. In fact, all the antivenoms we use in Australia, bar one, came from the Reptile Park. So that you get really, really drunk. You heard that? It's not bloody true, I'll show you.
Well, you haven't.
Not true at all. In fact, many of my younger staff have spent a fair bit of time investigating that one. Obviously can't quite get over there, so I'll just have to lift him over the top. Righto. Now. Alrighty, so there you are. You're lying in your burrow, in and out all day long. Now, if something comes past that you want to eat, you whip out of the burrow and you grab it. If the thing that's come past is way too big, then you withdraw into the burrow and seek sanctuary. This used to be a very difficult snake to look after in the early days in captivity, primarily because they only eat other snakes. Now they can eat mice and rats and birds, they just don't recognise those things as potential food. So what do? It's really big and dangerous. It's not actually really big and dangerous, it's my pet alligator, see? Want to give it a kiss? Go on, go on. You sure? You sure? You want your sister to give you a kiss? You do? Alright. Now, alrighty. Now, that paddle pop wasn't free, kid. Go on, big kiss. Alright. All the time, money that you put into educating this child, it's all for nothing. Now, she has no common sense whatsoever. Now, this is Rosie, and Rosie is my alligator child, and I'm really not kidding. Now, she's 20 years of age, and she thinks we're doing wild. Because when I say the word wild, then we behave in a wild manner, but we're not doing wild. We're not doing wild, all right? We're doing friendly, loving alligator. Now, what we've got in here is a huge, huge rubber band. Do you want to do it, or do you want me to do it? You can do it, yeah. All right, go on. Big shot, right at him. Go on. All right, fantastic. Excellent work, excellent work. Now, all right. Now, what I've got in here. Is the second largest species of snake anywhere in the world. Now, this snake, a lot of people might recognise it depending on where you're from or what you do. If you're about my age, you might go, yeah, well, that's a snake from the old Tarzan movies. Yes, that's right. This is the Burmese python. It actually comes from Southeast Asia and the subcontinent, and they used this in the old Tarzan movies that were actually set in Africa, but if they used the African rock python, it would have killed several Tarzans in every film. So instead, they used this Burmese python. In captivity, very, very passive. In a feral sense, absolute nightmare. This is the species that's running amok in the Everglades in the southern tiny frogmouth, playing the part of the pigeon. Now, if you'd like to get a photo with some or all of those, you're more than welcome to do it. All you've got to do is hop on down to the photo booth, see the fabulous Tia, and away you go.
Dingo. Black dingo. Ooh.
Black dingo, go over there.
Magnificent tree frog.
Fat green tree
Jumps
frog.
on my head. I'm like, just trying to clean. Then I just see you looking at me. He's
Another fat green tree frog. Green and golden bell frog.
There he is. Where are you? Where are you, Mr. Frog? There he is. Where, Mr. Frog? There he is.
Just ironic with the first one that was collected.
Yeah, I remember Toronto Zoo. They said that they spit and it's venom.
Komodo dragon. Yay.
Where'd you go, bud?
Where's the deadly spider? There she is. Where's the deadly spider? There she is. Hello, I'm Portugal. Won't be able to see it, but there's a redback somewhere in there.
Ooh, that's another deadly spider.
That one isn't a deadly spider because it's fake.
Seriously, would this be people?
That is a horror movie. Look at that terrifying
Massive spider back there. Ooh, look at that. Another terrifying massive spider. The first one I showed you, don't know what species it is. Second one I show you, it's the Australian native tarantula. One of the largest species of tarantula native to Australia. I'm guessing that's the whistling spider. Look at this. Mexican red-knee tarantula.
Oh, look at him. He's moving. He's moving. I don't know if it's a he or a she, but I'm just going to assume it's a he. Look at him. Oh, you don't want to mess with him. Oh,
Mexican red-knee tarantula. It's the exact same thing again.
look at him at the back.
Maybe it's a different gender? Don't know. That's another Mexican red-knee tarantula.
Hello, having a nice day.
Wait, I just want to see. Possibly that tarantula down there is one of these ones because they tend to have like only like one of the signs, but then this is another one which has a sign. I love how there's an actual tarantula, but then there's a fake tarantula. Let's see if there's any tarantulas behind there. I don't see any tarantulas back there. Yeah, oh, it's moving.
Quick seizure warning.
Seizure warning. Let's look back at our lady. The one, the only, the female funnel web. One of the world's most venomous spiders. Oh, look at that. Male Sydney funnel web, second most venomous spider on the planet. Back there, it's moving. Look at him. Feel sorry for him. Even though he's the world's most venomous spider and can kill me in 15 minutes, still, actually no, I don't think he can kill me in 15 minutes. I mean, he can kill a 2-year-old in 15 minutes. 0 to 2-year-old. Okay. Let's cut to the ending sequence then. Bye.
That will be the end of the video. Bye.